Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you a preview to Europa League last 16 tie, Tottenham versus Zagreb, tomorrow. And today we have special guest Simon from Premier Hotspur TV. How are you keeping, Si?
Absolutely fantastic, Dave. Thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing me on, David. Absolutely pleasure to come on. And we're doing good. Absolutely fantastic. I've done my preview earlier, Dave, and we had a good chat about it. And I'm looking forward to this one, mate. Absolutely.
100%. And you had a Dynamo fan in the comment section chatting away with you. So everyone, I encourage you, as soon as you're done out here at the Irish Hotspur, get over and check Simon's out. It was a great preview. Get over and check out the Premier Hotspur. Smash a like and a subscribe. Also, make sure you smash a like and subscribe on this stream. Make sure you get your super chats in. And also, make sure you grab a membership. But first of all, I want to big up Mr. Jordan Stevens, where he has gone in with the white membership. Also with Adam Fox with the white membership. And we have Spartan 7 Gaming with the gold membership. So Spartan, I will get in contact with you, or you get in contact with me on Twitter, and I'll sit down and we'll do that Spurs story. But look, we may as well get straight into it. So everything you need to know, lads. It's at home. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff. It's on BT Sport. But forget BT Sport. Get over to the Matt Hayes watch along, where I'll be hosting until Matt Hayes gets back from work, and get over and check out that watch along. And Si, I also know you're doing a watch along. You want to give that a plug?
Yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, and guys, as I said, first of all, just get over to Matty Hayes with David and that. But yeah, Premier Hotspur TV, me and Matt will be doing ours at 7:45, 50 minutes before kickoff. And yeah, come along if you just want to pop in and say hello to us. Be fantastic, guys. So 7:45 tomorrow night, guys, on Premier Hotspur TV. Cheers, Dave.
100%. And before we move on and give you some stats and talk team news and talk a little bit about the game, let's welcome a few people to the building. We have the regular. We have our Hamza Adi. We have Shamu Van Schlong. We have JCB964. We have Simon Cohn. We have Jordan Stevens. Look at that beautiful, glorious badge beside his name, showing off his channel membership. Big up, Jordo. He says, let's get the job done in the first leg. I agree with you 100%. We have Clem Fry. We also have Spartan 7 Game, and again, the Harris Army assemble 100% with his beautiful badge beside his name once again. If you're jealous, you know what to do. Just go over and grab the membership. There's 3 tiers there. There's green at $1.99 a month. There's white at $4.99 a month. And gold at $9.99 a month. And click in them, check the perks out, and make sure you grab one. You won't regret it. We also have Paul Brown. He says, evening, come on, you Spurs. We have John Fitzpatrick. Yeah, everyone's here in the building. I think that's everybody. But big up, everybody. So, Simon, look, let's talk a little bit about the game. But first of all, we have him. He's here. He's one of my good friends. He's a good lad. It's Sean Mitchell. You've all seen him before on the channel. How are you keeping, bro?
Good, man. Good. How are you? How are you keeping?
Yeah, good. Absolutely pumped for the game tomorrow, man.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait. Get off to a good start. Let's get this flying. Boys. Come on.
100%. And let's welcome Eunice as well. Big up, Eunice. So, no, look, tomorrow I'm going to give you a few stats about the game. So, look, we've only ever played Dynamo Zagreb once, where we won 4-0 in the group stage of the 08-09 UEFA Cup. And Darren Bent actually scored a hat-trick that night, believe it or not. Zagreb have lost 9 out of 10 games versus English opposition. The only team they beat, yes, you betcha, it is Arsenal in 2015, winning 2-1. Zagreb are on the back of a 6-game win streak in the Europa League, which is their longest ever in their history. And also, Kane has scored 28 in his last 33 starts in major European games, with 7 in his last 6. So there's a few stats for you. But Si, are you pumped for this game?
Absolutely, David. Absolutely pumped for this. After the 3 magnificent results we've got against Burnley, Fulham and Palace. And it was a rocky time for Tottenham just before them 3 games there, David. And everyone was gunning for Jose. Everyone's gunning for his head. But I'm glad he's turned it around. The team's turned it around, and I'm absolutely pumped for this one, guys. Especially going to the North London derby, we've got to get a good result again tomorrow. Get the game out of the way tomorrow. Get the tie out of the way tomorrow. That's what I want. tomorrow to get the title away done. So the second leg we can just rest our big guns. So yeah,
100%. You think? Look, obviously the North London Derby is going to have an effect on on team selection for this game, not only for us but for Arsenal as well. I do think Arsenal. I think personally they're going to go full strength. For me, it's the only thing they have left this season. They're 12 points outside of the top 4. They're 7 points behind us. I don't, so Champions League is written off for them. Europa League position in the league, I think, is gone as well for them. So I think, Europa League, they have to go full pelt for. I do believe that. But our team selection, for me, I actually think because it's 2 legs, I think we can afford to kind of send out a mixed squad out there and get away with it. But Sean, how pumped are you for tomorrow night's game?
Oh, Dave, can't wait. Can't wait, man. I'm just looking forward to get kick off, get stuck in straight away. I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly what team is put out for tomorrow. I think when you look at Arsenal and the boys having to travel as well, I think that does kind of stick up for us. The fact that we're not going to be doing so much traveling, obviously we won't be tired body-wise or suffering from any sort of fatigue. So it does. Some people do say, it doesn't give us a slight advantage, but to me, I think it does. As for tomorrow, even though I think it's key for us to go out and get the first leg done and dusted away, come away. You want to be 3 goals into the good going into this. We've seen it happened countless times in all European games where you see teams go out and they might be have 2-goal leads and come back and lose 4-2. We don't want that to happen. We want to get stuck in straight away, and we want to be going into that second leg. You want to be able to play the youngsters in that second leg. That's exactly what you want, because you just want to have the whole game put without a shadow of doubt. That's it, and we're through by tomorrow evening. That's the way I want to be looking at it.
Yeah, no, 100% I agree with you, because look, some teams have gone out to Dynamo in the Champions League last year and they didn't get very favourable results out there. It's not an easy place to go. So we do need to do our work in the first leg, to be honest with you. We have Tim Man here. He says, do you think we will rest anyone tomorrow, bearing in mind we have a North London Derby at the weekend? Well, Tim Man, what I say to you, buddy, is stay tuned, because I will be getting on to that. But don't worry about that. We have Cody Mack. He says, if we're going to rest Mourinho, Mourinho will rest in the second leg. He's been escalating the strength of squad as we got deeper into the competition. Expect 2 of Kane, Son and Bale to start. Look, Cody, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think you'll see Son. I'll be very surprised to see Kane. And honestly, I think Bale, I think they'll all be on the bench. That's just my opinion. But look, you could very well be right. He has tended to either gone with one of Son or Kane throughout the Europa League. But I think off the back of the week we've had with the North London Derby coming up, it can't be underlooked, really. Like, I know Arsenal are in poor form, but you still have to have your best players out there. So for me, look, I think you bench them and I think you bring them on if you need them. That's my point. We have Bob Sport TV here. He says, "Big up, lads. I must win tomorrow to continue this winning momentum and mentality." Yeah, 100%, Bob Spur. I agree with you, Bobby. A win tomorrow is crucial. We do, and this is it as well. This is another argument. Do you go full strength, smash them, play them off the park, going to Arsenal full of confidence, or do you take the risk if results doesn't go that way? Is it hanging over you in the North London Derby? So there's an argument to be had there. And we have Sean Moran, big up, great stream, David. Come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up, Sean. But look, so we're going to get into a bit of team news. I have a couple of things I want to run through and ask you. So look, Sánchez, he was in the press. He was in the presser today in the press conference. So Simon, do you think that's an indication that he might actually play?
Yeah, we was on my channel earlier was going through this team, Dave, and we think Sánchez and Dyer's going to start tomorrow. We think Toby's going to be rested. So I think Sánchez definitely, mate. If he's in the press conference today, I think he's a definite starter. We was looking through it. We haven't got much options, have we? So to me, I expect Sánchez to start alongside Dyer tomorrow, David.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'd be expecting. In a way, I kind of expect Mourinho to play either Sánchez or Toby. For me, obviously, it's Sánchez because, look, Toby, I don't think he'd be able to get out there for another game. I think he does need the rest before the North London Derby. But Sean, Would you expect Sánchez to start judging by him being in the press conference? Because you've seen players so far this season in Europa League press conferences, and the majority of them have started.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's shown that he can continue on at the game pace. He's shown he has the fitness levels to do it. You know, he hasn't been struggling. There's no signs of him struggling whatsoever. And I can't see why not. To be fair, I think his form has picked up as well recently. So I think it's key to keep him involved and keep him going while the form is good.
Yeah, no, 100%. And everyone in the comment section, let me know if you think Sánchez is going to play and who do you think is going to partner him. Look, Højbjerg is also going to be on the bench. Brilliant in my eyes. We managed to rest Ndombele against Palace. So for me, I think Ndombele is shoo-in. It's great that we're able to rest Højbjerg. He's played more minutes than any other Spurs player this season. Fair play to him, and it just shows how much trust basically Jose Mourinho has in him, really. So fair play to him. I just want to say we've a couple more people that joined the stream. Look, memberships are out there. Make sure you get over, check them out, go and grab one. Don't miss out. Don't be jealous when you see people coming on, you know, giving their point and chatting away with me when you could be there too. All you have to do is just press that join member, become a button, become a member, and then because also I want to meet the people behind the names. I want to see the face behind the names. So make sure you grab one, and also get your super chats in. They go a long way to help supporting the channel as well. But so for me, look, Ndombele I think is shooing to start. We know that. So for me, who would you play beside him? Simon, we'll go with you first. For me, I don't want Winks. I don't think. I think we're going to need the physicality of Sissoko and Højbjerg in there. I think once you get the physicality in there and around these Croatians, I think they will crumble. And then I think we can dominate the game from there. I think that would be the basis, because for me, if Harry Winks plays, honestly, he's just going to be used as a battering ram. You know, they may as well send him out there in American football gear, because he's just going to be battered. The guy, he's not strong. He doesn't want to get into tackles. But who would you play beside Ndombele?
Yeah, David, yeah, first of all, like Pierre's been, Jose's already said he's on the bench. It's his turn to go on the bench tomorrow. So we know Pierre's not starting tomorrow. So Tungi's had a rest against Palace. So I think Tungi will, Sissoko will start. He has to. Winks cannot go nowhere near that team. Seriously, I've had enough of Winks, David. I've had seriously.
Same boat as me, lad. I can't take it anymore. It's unbearable.
Same old stuff every single week with Harry Winks. And to me personally, as you said, with Sissoko, he's not the best of gifted footballers, but with Sissoko, he's got power, he's got strength, and he'll work hard for the team. And as you said, he'll literally smash all these players tomorrow. But where Harry Winks is so, I don't know, he passes sideways, backwards, and he gets bullied off the ball too easy. It's seriously, to me, that guy should not be a Premier League footballer. He's a championship at best, David, seriously. So I'm hoping Sissoko goes in alongside Tungi tomorrow.
No, 100%. I fully agree with you. Sean, what's your take on it? Just before we get that. Spartan T Gaming, channel member, beautiful badge beside his name. Look at that. Who doesn't want it? Who doesn't want that beautiful badge beside his name? I know you're jealous. So you can be like Spartan. Follow his lead. With Spartan, he doesn't want moon boots. He makes that very clear. For me, I think it's inevitable. I do think moon boots is going to get in there. I think Mourinho had an affair somewhere along the way. That's why Dyer has ended up in Portugal before he came to Tottenham. So I do think it's inevitable. My shout would be Tanganga. But anyway, Sean, back to you. It's all about you now. Take the limelight.
Yeah, no pressure. Yeah, look here, man. To be honest, midfield, like I'm in complete agreement with Simon here. Like absolutely no Winksy whatsoever. Get him out. He needs to be gone. The man is like a dusty old mop in the cupboard that's been left there for far too long. You just need to clear that shit out at this stage. I think it has to be Sissoko. Like you're saying, Sissoko has the power. You know, that's what you need in there. You want to come in. You want to command that midfield. Like you have to make that your own. That's where games are won and lost. Is in midfield. Like that's why you see how much more pressure the centre backs are under. How much more pressure Lloris is under. How much more pressure everybody else is under to try and cover Winksy. Like when I was watching him play last week, like I think about 9 or 10 times within the space of 4 or 5 minutes where he just lost possession of the ball. His passes were constantly 2 or 3 yards away from a player, and you can't have that at this level. You can't. It's completely unacceptable. No way. I have to go Sissoko all day. Sissoko all day.
100%. I fully agree with you. Kev Williams here, he says, how do I go about grabbing a membership? Look, when you go onto the Irish Hotspur, there should be a join button beside the subscribe button. If you haven't smashed the subscribe, and if you haven't pressed that join button, it'll bring you to the membership offers and grab one. Big up, Kev. Thank you for asking, man. We have a super chat here from Emily Dunn. She says, big up, Sean and Simon. Congrats on the membership, Dave. Yeah, thank you so much. Look, you know, like I said, it couldn't be done without anyone here that tunes in every week, views the videos, you know, interacts with me on the live streams, in the comment sections, people that's had me on their channel. You know, everyone that's really helped me. It's been a collective, so big up the Harris Army and big up Emily. Thanks very much for the super chat. It really does help towards the channel. We have Elliot Walsh. He's a new member. Big up, Elliot Walsh. Delighted. Thank you so much. You deserve the membership. I hope you enjoy it as well. Big yourself up, man. Look, so more on to team news with Tottenham. Aurier is expected back. Simon, does he walk straight into the starting 11 Thursday night?
Well, I've heard he's got a slight knock, David, and I've heard a couple of stories that he will not play tomorrow. Doherty's going to play, apparently. So I don't know how true these rumours are. So apparently he's shoo-in for the Arsenal game, but we'll see tomorrow. But definitely, if he's fit, yes, definitely back in tomorrow. Because I'm definitely missing Aurier. Because Doherty, he's another one, David. I've lost my will. I lost my will to live with him as well. He hasn't come since he's come to the club. I thought, do you know what? He was quite decent at Wolves. Yeah. And I thought, do you know what? For £15 million, it's probably quite a snip if he actually gets the run. If he gets hits the ground running, but he hasn't. Absolutely, he's gone the other way for me. And but the only good thing out of that, I think Aurier's kicked on. I think that's kicked Aurier up the arse with him coming in the summer. I think we're seeing improved Aurier this season. And to me, if Aurier's fit tomorrow, he starts.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Where did you hear that he has a slight knock? Who's the source, lad?
What's that, pal?
Who's the source, lad? Where did you hear he got a slight knock?
There was a couple of tweets on Twitter earlier. Daily Spurs News or something, and something. There was 2 other tweets as well saying that it looks like Aurier has got a slight knock still, so he looks like he's not in the squad tomorrow.
I know that was the case. I know that was the case for the Palace game. I know that he came off early against Burnley because he still wasn't feeling right. Yeah. Well, that's a game changer for me. You know, Jose Mourinho did say he sees Tanganga as a fullback, so why not play Tanganga? We'll just take a few comments here, and then Sean will pass the same back over. We'll pass it over to you then. Lily White Lane, he says, David, you've been a massive inspiration to me. Brilliant to see you now have membership. Keep it up. Thank you, Lily White Lane. Everyone else, get over and check out Lily White Lane as well. Absolutely brilliant channel. Big up, Lily White. Elliot Walsh, the new member. Big up. Big up the Harris Army. Come on, you Spurs. Happy to support you guys. Thank you so much, man. I really do, really do appreciate it. You've no idea how much I really appreciate it. We also have Marcelo tuning in here, guys. Big up, Marcelo.
Yes, Marcelo.
He says, Winks less reliable than a broken condom. You know, look, you can't argue with that, can you, to be honest? Even Holly Agambar, big up yourself, Holly. No, look, you can't argue with what Marcelo said there, to be honest. And then Holly says, Winksy masterclass tomorrow, David, purely for the dull behind me to stop giving me evil eyes. Look, you know, he's not. Winks isn't capable of a masterclass. It's more a disaster class. That's what he's capable of. He's not capable of a masterclass. Even that goal he scored in the Europa League, he didn't even mean it. He didn't mean it. He was playing it forward to Gareth Bale. He actually overcooked his pass. That's why he doesn't play forward. You know what I mean? But big up, Holly. Thanks for the comment. Really do appreciate it. But Sean, Lo Celso, this guy, he's starting to wind me up, I'm going to be honest. You know, he's back from all of his injuries. He's back in training, but now he's out with his back. You know, everything's screaming Lamella here. What do you make?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to me, it's starting to come across now that he's just lost the desire to play in the shirt. I don't know whether it's a mentality thing that he's kind of thinking, oh, where do I see myself going? Is he at that stage in his career? You don't know. I look, you know me. I think, quite frankly, he should stop being a little bitch about it and go out and play football. Like, he's a great footballer. He can play. He can ping it around. Like, just, do what the rest of us do. Just get up, get on with it, and do your fucking shift. You get paid enough to do it. Like, it's simple as, for me, really. Just get on with it and do it and suck it up. You're here for however many years you've got left in your career. You don't play football until you're 40. So get out there, make your money, and do it well, what you're capable of doing.
Man, imagine being paid like 90 grand a week, right, and going out with back pain. When, like, we used to go to work in a hotel with this guy here, Bus Heslin. Big yourself up. I know exactly what that saying is about. Oh, fucking hell, man. I know exactly what that's about. The big yourself up. But, like, we used to go to work, break our back, sore backs or not. You go in every day, you do your shift, you take away your 380 quid a week. These guys, 90,000 a week, and he can't get out with a big back pain. Surely he can pop an aspirin or put an ice pack on it or something. What do you make of that, side?
It's an absolute joke, mate. Seriously, we've been banging on about this for absolute ages. They're getting paid all this money, all this money, and they still moan about, as you said, back injuries or I got a slight arm ache or it's everything, and all this money, and they still literally moan about everything. And as you said, David, there's people out there who actually go out to work with bad backs, bad foot, bad legs, and they still go out to work without a moan or cry. And this guy in the Celso, mate, seriously, we got told he's back in training, he's involved in the Europa League, and now Mourinho says he's out with back injury. What is happening to this guy, David? Absolutely, I think it's another Lamella. Seriously,
yeah. Look, it's not even called pulling a sickie. It's just called pulling a Lamella at this stage. You can't shell out the money we're shelling out on these boys, and then they don't want to get themselves onto the pitch. It's not good enough. See, the thing is with this. Sorry, Sean. 1 second. The thing is with this guy. He wasn't injured. He had no injury record before he came to Tottenham. I think he missed like 2 games through injury before he came to Tottenham. But since he's come to Tottenham, I don't know whether it's the cold, whether it's the rigors of the Premier League or what, but he's just completely shied away from the task since he's come. Look, the guy has bags of ability. You can see him, and he's a baller. Okay, he's not as good as me, but he's decent. But he needs to be doing better. He needs to be a man. Stop being a bitch. It's a bit of back pain. Get out there, for fuck's sake. But sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
No, sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to
comment. No, cross me whenever you want, lad. It's grand. Because we all have things we need to say, so...
You know me, it's a thing I'm very passionate about, Dave. And I think you're right. He's nowhere near as good as you are. Anyway, I have to get that out first. Nowhere near as good as you. But I think Højbjerg makes the two boys look like absolute little bitches. Like, do you know what I mean? You look at Højbjerg, he gets out there, he gets kicked, he gets punched, and he is bleeding. Like, you see him, he had a head wrap on, no problem. Absolute fact. That was Lamella or Lo Celso. Those boys would have been stretchered off. It would have been like fucking, like Lacazette, you would have heard him screaming from over here, man. It would have been that loud. I would have thought something was wrong with one of my kids down the room. We would have been screaming the roof down. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this stage. You're a grown man. Just get up and get on with it. Like, stop being such a little bitch, basically. Ridiculous, man.
100%. Look, I get it's cold, I get it's winter, but Jesus Christ. But anyway, look, we'll move on. More team news. Look, obviously Joe Rodon is ineligible. He's not registered, so he can't be in contention. But look, that's it I have on team news. I don't really have much on Dynamo, to be honest. And the reason why is because, look, we can sit here and praise them all they want and say they have a good team, but I expect to beat them. But before I go more on Dynamo, let's take this super chat from Deck W. David, can you remove the hat for the North London Derby, please? Look, Deck, before I got the lockdown haircut, I wasn't wearing the hat. But what I will say is that people actually enjoy the hat. It sticks with the Irish team. So I'll stick with it. But there will be a moment that I'll take it off. But the North London Derby, not sure if it is. I want Europa League final and I want to win it. Then I'll take it off. But I admire the super chat. Big up. Thank you so much. And everyone else, follow your lead. You get your super chat in. We stop what we're talking about. and addressed your comment. We have John Tacker. He says, good show, lads. Keep it up. Great work. Thank you, Josh. We have Shepherd. He says, David, but he was awesome against Palace, so it's unfair to slate him. No, look, Winks wasn't awesome against Palace, to be honest with you. He popped up every 20 minutes to make sure Gareth Southgate knows that he's still there. And that's all he done. He didn't have a good game. We have Simon Cohn. He says, prima donnas, yeah, 100%. We have Spurs debate. Big up, Josh, from the Spurs debate. Big up, boys. Keep it up. Good show. Lo Celso has become a letdown. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. You know, it's been disappointing. We have Will Stewart here. He said, I'd like to say, though, as the dad of kid playing at high levels, where the little niggles, it keeps you from giving 100%, which can hurt the team if you can't run and press. No, look, I get what you're saying, but honestly, you know, nothing ever stopped me from getting out there. Nothing. I was one of the most reliable players. You can guarantee every match day, I'm there early, putting up the next pumped, ready to go. No sort of niggle or pain would keep me out. It's all about just getting out there and sacrificing for your team. But I do get what you're saying, though, Will Stewart. Obviously, at a higher level, you know, it can be more costly, but still, it's a bit of back pain. Get over it. He was in training video today. Maybe Jose's mind games. Looks fine. You know, that's not a bad shout. That's why you're a channel member as well, because you speak a lot of sense. That's good. He's done it before. We know that. Good comment. Yeah. Carlos Diablo, Gio only missed 2 games through injury before joining Spurs. Yeah, 100%. I alluded to that as well. But look, everybody, you know, look, make sure, again, channel memberships, get your super chats in as well. But look, we're going to go on to a little bit about Dynamo. Simon, I know you're an expert now. You've been well schooled in Dynamo Dynamo Zagreb today, so feel free to come in. But look, one thing Dynamo do. Look, you know, I really don't want to be giving this scout report because we're Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to beat them. But, you know, just to be, you know, not biased, I would say, let's just do it anyway. Look, they score a lot of goals. They do keep it tight at the back. They don't concede many. They are unbeaten in the Europa League this season. Most of their play, actually, here's a good one now. Most of their play actually comes down the wings. The percentage of the play is equal on either side of the wings. So they are an old-fashioned team. Get it down the wings. Get the ball into the box. So, you know, our fullbacks need to be on it. Most of their, they have produced some fantastic players over the years. I remember growing up watching the great Davor Suker. Of course, you have the Luka Modric who came to Tottenham. You have Lovren who came out of there. Danny Olmo who's at Leipzig now. Look, there's a long list of players. There's even a lot more than that that I can't even remember. And they are top of their league at the minute. But look, it's the Croatian league. You know, outside one of the top 2 teams, are they really any good? You know, honestly, you could send us 3 out there and we'd still beat half of them. You know, like, and as much praise as everybody gives these, like I said, they lost to a Hungarian side, Ferencváros or whatever you want to call them, in the 3rd round, qualifying in the Champions League. So they're not, like, they are doable, you know what I mean? They're not this high and mighty. Like, sometimes I think us Spurs fans beat these teams up. It's like, you know, to some people we have Real Madrid turning up here Thursday night, honestly. But I expect to beat them. Look, you know, they did get out of a group with Wolfsburg, but we smashed them, let's be honest. Feyenoord, look, they're the Arsenal of the Dutch league. They used to be big, not anymore. And CSKA Moscow, again, not great. They used to be decent, not great. And, you know, look, they are no mugs. They have been around the block. But it's only Zagreb. It is only Zagreb. People are going to slate me for this. But honestly, let's stop building up like the Real Madrid. But Simon, you know, let's tell us what you learned about Zagreb today.
I just, as I said, we had a fan in the chat today, and he just told us about just watch out for their 2 forwards, and one of their centre midfielders. I forgot his name now, but the 2 forwards apparently they're very good. They're very good, and we've got to watch out for them. Especially, is it Orzic? David, did I pronounce that right? Orzic?
Orsic, I call him. Look, you know, different pronunciations, but I'm going to go with Orsic.
Did he score twice in the past 5 games for them as well? I think he scored 2 other goals in the past 5.
Yeah. I actually think he got his winner against Krasnodar to send him through, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Good stat,
apparently.
Good stat to bring to the show. Well done.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? Actually, I watched a couple of videos on this guy actually earlier, David, and he looks quite a good footballer. He really does look like quite a good footballer in and around the box, mate. He could be very dangerous if we don't watch out. So yeah, Orzic probably be the one to watch tomorrow.
Yeah, no, look, they have a few players here. My players that I picked out to watch is Petkovic, the striker. Simon said, look, he does know where the net is. If he gets a sniff, it is going on target. But again, we should be able to mark him out in the game. Orsic, the left winger, yeah, he's a good player, but again, we should be able to keep them out. You have Lovro Mayer. He's their centre attacking midfield. He kind of pulls the strings. He's the one that plays. He's what Christian Eriksen was to us, basically. And then you have Gavardiol, the left back, who's actually going to Leipzig in the summer. Look, they are players to watch out for. But honestly, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We shouldn't be worrying about them. They should be worrying about us. But what do you know about Zagreb, Sean?
Well, I do know that over their past 5 games that they've been unbeaten, they've only conceded, I think, 2 goals in their past 5 games, and that was their 5th game, so they haven't conceded in the past 4 games, which does reiterate the point about you saying that they do keep it tight. You can tell they keep it tight if they're not conceding any goals. I know, again, it's different leagues and stuff, like we're saying, easy, should be easy for us, shouldn't be any sweat, should be fine, go out and coast through it. Look, I think there is a couple of players that I do think that we do need to look out for. Jakic, I think I could see them playing him again. He's kind of more like a central midfielder role, sitting in dead centre, pulling the strings. I could see him being key. If by chance we do go with Winksy in there, I really hope we don't. But if we do, see him causing big problems for Winksy. Orsic as well. I think he's going to be quality in there. And Petkovic as well. I think he's going to be key for them up front. I wouldn't like to see him try and take the ball down the box, keep it nice and tidy, like what you're saying, Simon. I could see Sánchez rushing in, and we could easily go 1 goal behind very quickly if they do manage to put the pressure on straight away. We have had a habit of conceding very, very early as well at times. So I just do think that they are just a couple of players that we do need to work on and to keep an eye out on as well.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about it. Like, I've listened to a lot of podcasts over this lockdown of ex-professional players, and ones that have played under Mourinho through all, Inter, Chelsea, Porto, and they all said one thing that you can guarantee Jose Mourinho is prepared. When they walk in, there'll be a booklet of the man they're up against and every single thing about him. The way he moves, what way he likes to passes. Honestly, every single one of these players have said it. They've all also said that he's the only manager that ever, especially attacking players, that they'd ever do defensive work for. Ever. So, teams really buy into him. So, look, our team, our players that go out there tomorrow night, they're going to be very well schooled. They're going to be very well prepared. They do get this dossier of everything about the man they're up against. So, they should be prepared. But honestly, guys, look, are you scared going into this? I'm not.
No, absolutely not, David. I'm not frightened at all. As I said, to come off, scored 9 goals in the last 3, and if you want to go against the Europa League, that's 13 goals in 4 games. That just tells you we're banging form, and Zagreb can come to town with all these. They're unbeaten in 9, 10 games, what it is, but we're a Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, for Christ's sake, David. I mean, we keep saying this.
2 years ago, we were in the Champions League final, man.
That's exactly. And so we should not be scared of teams like this coming. But I will say, just because of our weakness in defence, with them 2 up top, I will say just be aware. I mean, going forward, I think we should have enough to bear this team. Yeah. Hopefully, to tie tomorrow. But to me, just that caution, because that Orzic, he's got 12 goals in the last 20 games. So the guy knows where the goal is. I mean, so I get what you mean.
No, 100%, 100%. I get what you mean. But people also told me to be cautious against Brentford and and Stoke and Leary. Come on. There's levels to this game. There's a reason why we're a top elite European club. Look, I get it. Look, the Croatians, no matter what, no matter where they play, they always have produced good players. Always have produced good players. They're well able to look after the ball. They're tidy on the ball. And believe me, they're well able to mix it in with the best of them. They are rough and they will be ready. I get that. But we're Tottenham. When you're a big club, these games are only as difficult as you make these games, i.e. not looking after the ball, giving away the ball, switching off, doing clumsy things, taking it for granted. You go out there, you do the basics right. Like I said, I always say this against the weaker teams. Once you match them with desire, passion, heart, energy, and doing the basics, your quality will always shine through. It will always shine through. The reason why you see like the Royal Rovers sort of stuff, the smaller teams getting results off the bigger teams, is because some of these bigger teams rock up expecting they're going to slap them, and they don't have the intensity that these smaller teams have and the desire for the 3 points. So these games are literally only as tough as you make them. But Sean, are you scared?
No, I don't think so. Look, I mean, like you were saying, David, at the end of the day, when you do go out there, it's 11 men versus 11 men, and you can be prepared as you want. When players get out there, it's up to them to perform. We've said this, we've talked about this before as well, with it's Jose out and all that. No, it's up to the players. They're out there, they need to perform. If the manager doesn't see they're doing their job, what they should be doing, he's going to pull them off. Simple as. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I do see there being a bit of a threat. I really hope we don't go with Doherty out on the right. I think he's been a little bit of a space cadet out there. He just seems to just drift off. He finds himself out of position. He does rush into things a lot as well. Diving into tackles. And he can't
control the ball. He stands there like a fucking concrete wall at times. He pisses me off.
Oh man, the chap's like a traffic cone at some stages. You just wonder why he's just dribbling around him. It's too easy, and you're at that sorry, this guy just really, really, really frustrates me.
If he throws out a stupid leg to make a lazy tackle again, I want to come in and give him an ankle bar and make him tap out. I swear to God, I'm pissed off with it.
Man, I'm telling you, a player of his age in that game, he should be smarter about what he's doing. He doesn't need to lunge it. He can't make it. He's 30. He can't be up and down. He can't be up and down like what Aurier is able to do. Aurier's up and down, up and down, up and down. He needs to be smarter about making his tackles, and he's not. He's just rash. He's diving in because when you're under pressure as well, you know yourself, Dave. You're going to be just trying to put in a big tackle. You want to perform, and so you want to change. Way people make this that fantastic. That's what I'm trying to do. In the end, he's only kicking himself in the sack. He's just making an idiot out of himself, and then people hate him more, and then he's just going to end up out of the club.
Yeah, no, 100%. But one thing I will say is at least he had the balls when he was asked that he came out and said, "Look, I know I haven't been up to standard. I know I haven't been up to form, and I want to give a better end to the season." Whereas, Moon Boots comes out into the press, Mr. England, Mr. I am. You know what I mean? Look, even though I do, every time I touch the ball, I balloon it straight into orbit. NASA has to send up rockets to go and collect them. But you know what? I think I've had a good campaign. And I'm sitting there, I'm just looking at him. What goes through your head? You're as brain dead as you look sometimes. You know what I mean? Just come out and be honest. And this is where it all starts with players like him. This is why they get away with these average performances and that, because they just can't be honest with themselves. They lie to themselves. They go home to their mansion. You know what I mean? Look at their wife and just say, "I had a good game today." You know what I mean? What really? And she's sitting there going, "Oh yeah, Eric. I bought myself a new Prada handbag. You had a great game." Whereas what I want them to do, what I want them wags to do, is stand there and say, "Look, Eric, you gave away 2 goals. You're saying you have a good game. You need to wake up here. You need to wake up." But look, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But I just want to take Cody Mack's comment here as well. Yeah. So Cody Mack, he says, "Let's not hold Lamella's trespass against Lascelles. So King gets hurt every year, and we don't call him soft. Trust the medical staff to protect our multi-million-dollar assets." Look, what I say about Harry Kane is, with the amount of goals and stuff that Harry Kane has brought to the team, you can forgive the guy for being injured. What has Lo Celso done? What has he done since he's come to the club? To like put him in the bracket as Harry Kane and say that he's injured. Like this, like Cody, I was watching you on Tottenham TV earlier on. I like a lot of what you have to say, but this is part of the problem, making excuses for players that ultimately haven't really done anything to deserve it. I get the sentimental in their Tottenham, and we all love Tottenham and all, but sometimes you just have to be real and say, there's only so many times you can polish a third, shine it up, look at it, and before you go, well, it's still a fucking third. Do you know what I mean? You still, it's the truth at the end of the day. But big yourself up, Cody. Thank you for the comment, man. Really do appreciate it. But look, lads, what we will do is we're going to get into the starting lineup here. Well, I'm not actually going to bring anything up on screen to do it. We're just going to talk through it. So in goalkeeper, Simon, who would you play?
Oh, it's a tough one. I'd love to give Hart some minutes. Seriously, I'm not the biggest of fans with Joe Hart, but I'd love to see Joe Hart get a run out tomorrow. As you said, it's not the best of teams we're playing against, so I don't think we're going to need Hugo tomorrow. And I'd like to see just to get Hart some minutes tomorrow. Me personally, so I'll go with Joe Hart.
Interesting, Sean.
I would have to go with Lloris. I think that if we get this game put to bed, it'd be good to keep Lloris fresh and keep him focused and switched on, keep him game ready for the North London Derby. And then if we put the game to bed today or tomorrow even, I think that we could give Hart a play out then next week maybe. But for me, I think Lloris has to keep sharp and stay focused for the North London Derby.
Yeah, no, look, so I get where you're coming from, but I have to say I do agree with Sean. For me, look, I'm all for rotating the squad, but I do think, I think Joe Hart's games are going to be numbered between now and the end of the season. I do think you put Hugo Lloris out there, especially if you are rotating. He's an experienced player. Supposedly, he's the most silent leader I've ever known. And look, basically, just have him out there for his experience. Coach players through the game, have the back four organised. So for me, I would put Hugo Lloris in there. Jordan Stevens, he says, can I ask you guys, do you think Mourinho will rotate the left back position and put in Ben? Where am I, Davies? First of all, Jordan, love the name, absolutely love the name. Top quality shithousery. I admire that. And I will be getting onto that. We will be answering your question. We have Shepherd Long. Most game plans rarely survive first contact with the enemy. We need to go full strength, batter them into submission with the first 45. Then the rest key players. Jesus, Shepherd, it sounds like you're gearing up for WWE there, lad. You know what I mean? Putting them into submission and stuff like that. But big up, Shepherd. But I do have to say I do disagree. We have Bob Spur TV with how Zagreb have been playing in their league. They will bring an air of confidence about them. However, even with 3 or 4 changes, we should have enough to beat them. Yeah, look, Bobby, look, they can come here as confident as they like. At the end of the day, they're coming to the big boys. They're coming to the big school to be schooled. We're the teachers, and we're going to teach them a lesson. And that's just the way it's going to end up. I'm so convinced. I've been so calm throughout this Europa League campaign, to be honest. It's been such a breeze. I really am enjoying it. It's like it's like going to the Champions League final and just playing nobodies. You know what I mean? Beating Arsenal every week, the whipping boys of Europe or something like that. It's great fun. We have Island Life. He says, Hart, really, he's not happy with you, Simon. He's not happy with you picking Hart. And we have Mary McGee. He says, any team that's gotten this far in the competition have to be respected. They'll be nervous coming to us too. Any team Jose puts out would be strong. Yeah, no, look, respect. They got to the last 16. Even though it's not really an achievement, to be honest with you. No one really celebrates getting to the last 16, but you do have to respect them in terms of, their bio, they've got good camaraderie, they got here, but their time is coming to an end. It's that simple.
Sorry, Dave. It's a participation medal, really. At this stage, that's all you're going to get. The pat on the back, well done, lads. It's not more than that. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, let's not speak about the score line today, lads. But well done for making it this far. Yeah,
100%. We have Joseph Cattle. He says this is a game where I wish we had Roden available because he won't play Tanganga centre-back. Look, on Roden, I'm not actually sold on Joe Roden, actually, to be honest with you, either. I think when he has played, he's made mistakes. He still has a lot of learning to do. Look, ultimately, he's been unlucky with game time to come by. You know, when you're top of the league, which we were at that time, you're not just going to randomly throw him in for the crack. You know, he was brought in too late to register for the Europa League campaign. And then ultimately that continued going into the next round of the Europa League after we had a chance to register in the squad again. Everyone was calling for Sánchez to drop. Maybe you'd argue that Mourinho's got that 100% right now. So fair play to him. But right back, for me, look, if what you're saying is correct, and I'll probably think it is, Simon, to be honest with you, I didn't see the tweets, and Aurier's not playing, I would rest Davies, or I'd rest Doherty, to be honest with you. And I would go to Tanganga right back. Who would you go, Simon?
My first choice, as I said, it'll be Aurier, but as I said, I've heard this earlier, that he's got this knock still, so it's possibility he's not going to play tomorrow. Doherty, I'm not too keen on him. Tanganga, when he's played there, he's done a job. To me, I don't think that's his position, David. To me, he's a centre back.
Yeah, to me, I think he's as well. I call him the new Ledley.
Me personally, with Tanganga, I think Jose just being Jose, being stubborn. He doesn't like being proved wrong. That if he puts Tanganga at centre back, he will do a job. And I think that's what it is with Jose at the minute. So tomorrow, if Aurier don't play, I'll agree with you. Tanganga.
Yeah, 100%. And Sean?
Yeah, for me, I think it should be Tanganga. I can't see why. You know, he has the legs. He has good experience in there as well. You know, he's not a fool. He doesn't know. He knows what he's at. He's going to come in and he's going to settle right in. We've seen him play against top teams in England, no problem. Put in 90 minutes, put in a great shift, and do the job. And that for me, I think that'll be key tomorrow. I think he could well fit in there easily.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. So yeah, look, I play Tanganga, so we're going to go with Tanganga. I just want to address Cody Mack here. He says Mourinho would rather go strong and have fatigue as an excuse for Sunday, then risk losing tomorrow and have no momentum going into North London Derby. Look, first of all, what I will say to you is I genuinely don't think you understand what this North London Derby means to us fans. Like, I genuinely fucking hate them. They are the scum. I genuinely despise them. You know what I mean? I've no time for them. I will never, ever say a good word about them. I'll never praise them. No matter how shit we are, I will never give them credit. You know what I mean? You don't understand. On match day, it's ready to pop off at any time. There's a reason why all these fans have to be kept apart. They hate each other. They absolutely hate each other. So, they're like, if Mourinho puts out an excuse that we were fatigued after the North London Derby, he's going to be savaged. The Josie out mob are going to savage him. And even the Josie in mob are going to savage him. Because you cannot do that against Arsenal. You cannot. No excuses. No excuses. Have an excuse for the Arsenal game. You put your best players out there and you beat them. I don't care. I do not care. You will not get away with that with the fan base. Our fan base will be in turmoil if that happens. And lads, any you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Dave. If he comes out with a fatigue comment, like, you've got Arsenal who are playing away tomorrow. So if he comes out with a fatigue comment, he is going to get ripped a new arsehole. He is going to get destroyed. So he is. He can't have that as an excuse. No way. It'd be a joke. People would laugh at him. I would sack him myself if he came out with that. Yeah,
even that would really turn me into a Jose out, or if he came out with fatigue. Like you said, Sean, great point. He's never going to get away with it if Arsenal are travelling away to Olympiacos, who, may I add, knocked them out last year. So that is bye-bye to Arsenal. Yeah. We have potential between tomorrow night, between them playing tomorrow night against Olympiacos and us beating them Sunday. We have potential to completely write their season off Sunday. Completely. But Simon, do you want to add anything to what Cody Mack was saying?
No, you know, as was Sean was saying there, Jose's he's got nothing to excuse about this. I mean, as you said there, David, Arsenal's going away to Olympiacos. We're playing at our home ground. Sunday, we're going literally like a mile and a half, 2 miles down the road. Cannot bring no excuses literally for this game on Sunday. Absolutely not. Seriously. And if he does come out, if we lose and he comes out, it's fatigue and things like that. Seriously, mate. Oh, jeez, I'll lose it big time. Absolutely
Yeah,
big time with Jonesy.
We'll all lose it, but everyone else is going to make us laugh and stop football for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, you can't draw a North London derby. Believe me, you cannot do it. Cody Mack, I get what you're trying to say with Europa and that, but look, this is a two-legged tie for a reason, because we can smash Arsenal Thursday, and if needs be, send out the same boys again, or smash Arsenal Sunday, send out the same boys again next Thursday, and get the job done and dusted. And we have Shepherd here. He says, why change a good thing? Doherty has coincided with a run of games with wins. Toby was, if Toby was a bit younger, I'd say pop him and Sánchez at centre-back. Look, I get what you're saying about not changing a good thing. But, like, you know, these lads aren't robots. Everyone needs a rest. It's already a shortened, condensed Premier League season with games thrown on top of each other. We've gone all the way in the League Cup so far. We've gone as far as you can in the Europa League so far, and had a few FA Cup games thrown in there. Players are going to need to be rested at some stage. And unfortunately, when you compare Zagreb to Arsenal, this is the game you do it. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't know what else I have to do to explain it to people. You know, these players, like, they're not going to be capable of going out there on Thursday night off the back of the week, after the back of the period of games we've just had as well. I just think we need to understand that as a fan base. Like, he's never thrown away that North London derby. Just so anyone. No, look, we're not saying sacrifice the game. Like, when I say mix the squad up, I firmly believe the players that are going out should be good enough to beat them. If I was talking about sacrificing the game, I'd say, right, go and get me the whole under-18 squad and make sure there's no one under 16, and make sure you send out a bunch of kids. That's sacrificing the game. At the end of the day, so many people have told me these players are good enough. So if they're good enough, why not put them out there and let them produce and show that they're good enough? We're not sacrificing the game. We're just talking about, like, you're still going to have Ndombele out there. You're still going to have Hugo Lloris out there. Dele Alli's hit form. He's a leader. You're going to have him out there. You're going to have Lamela out there. You know, I'm not talking about sacrificing the game. I'm just talking about mixing it up and resting your best players for no London derby. No matter who we send out there, this should be good enough to win. So, look, lads, going into centre-backs, for me, I think it's going to be Sánchez and Moon Boots. I do think it's inevitable. I do think Dyer's going to come back in. I think he's going to have to play the role that Sánchez has played the early part of the season. I think it's Dyer's turn to play that role now. And look, he better have a good game tomorrow, because if not, I think, you know, it's kind of last chance saloon for him, I feel. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, exactly. I'll go with Sánchez and Dyer. I was gutted that we did not include Rodon into this Europa League squad, really, because we had another chance to include him. Because to me, going forward now, Dave, to the rest of the season, Rodon's not going to have many chances in the Premier League. He's not going to start in the Carabao Cup final. This Europa League game tomorrow night will be his chance of playing, really. If Rodon was to be registered, I can't see Rodon now playing much more games for us for the rest of the season. I really can't, because the way it's going at the minute. So, unfortunately, Toby can't play every game, and that's the thing with Toby. He's aging now; his legs can't play every game. So we're going to have to play Sánchez and Dyer. And Dyer, you're correct. He needs an absolute belter of a game tomorrow. Seriously, because if he can't perform against this lot tomorrow, seriously, it's some time up for Dyer. Seriously.
Well, 100%, I agree with you. Before we pass down to Sean, we have Jay Chapman here. He says, David, you need to do this as a full-time job. I really think you will go far. If you want sponsorship, I can sort it for you. Look, 100%. I would actually love to make this a full-time job. Unfortunately, without backing, without super chats, without people getting memberships and stuff like that, it's hard. You know what I mean? I will have to do another job to, you know, pay for bills, rent, everything else, you know. So, but honestly, if you could sort sponsorship out for me, that would be absolutely amazing. If you could, I'd really, really appreciate it. Hit me up on Twitter at the Irish Y. Get in contact with me. If you don't have Twitter, just put in the comment section and let me know where I can find you, and I'll send you a message and we can chat a little bit about it. I really do appreciate it if you could do that. That would be massive. And again, guys, like I said, you know, I know it's Wednesday. I know it's a couple of days before payday. But if you do have a couple of euro, get your super chats in. It really does help the channel grow. And also, the memberships are there. But big yourself up there. I really appreciate it if you could. Sean, who would you go as centre backs?
Yeah, we know Toby's not going to be in there. He can't. We need to rest him. He's going to be key for us on Sunday. So I don't see Toby featuring at all. I do think that it's going to go up between Sánchez and Dyer. And look, I mean, we can all expect big things from people, but let's just be realistic. Let's just hope he manages to escape through for us tomorrow evening. I don't think Dyer's going to be able to put in a big performance. I don't think it's been in him. I think his confidence has been knocked. He was thinking, I've got Daddy Jose here. He's going to protect me. He's going to play me. He loves me. I'm his favourite. And it's all after changing for him now. And I think I think he should hang up the boots and stick on the apron. Maybe take up some cooking lessons or something like that. I don't think he's going to be made for a centre back role for us for the rest of the season. Really.
100%. Tottenham teacher, he says, add me back so I can help Jay sponsor you. Add you back on what? Anyone that usually follows me on Twitter, I'll follow straight back. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but 100%. Let me know what I need to add you on, and I will. And big up if you can help sponsor as well. Big yourself up, absolute legend. We have Kev Williams. I took the words right out of my mouth. I don't even think I need to repeat it, but yeah, I hate them just as much as you do, Kev. So, brilliant. Absolutely love it. Lads, moving into left back, honestly, Regulon, I think.
David, before we move on, I just want to get you and guys' thoughts on Davinson Sánchez. He's played well, I said, over the last 3 or 4 games. Yeah. Is the jury still out? Is the jury still out for you guys going forward still to the rest of the season on Davinson Sánchez? Or do you really believe now he's turned the corner, playing with someone like Toby? So do you reckon the jury's still out with him at the minute?
Look, Sean, I'll take this one first if you don't mind. Look, for me, with Sánchez, look, he's had a couple of good games. But let's not do what we usually do and lose the run of ourselves and think he's the answer for next season. For me, look, he's put himself ahead of the pecking order in terms of Dyer to stay at Tottenham. I think now Dyer will be the first one out the door if we were to sell somebody to get in another one. I do think now Sánchez has put himself in contention to stay. Obviously, look, he looks a lot better beside Toby. But let's not forget, for the first 4 months of the season up until November, Dyer looked great beside Toby. Do you know what I mean? They had us top of the league. So for me, when it comes to Sánchez and this whole situation beside Toby, I think it's just a matter of whoever's in form, put him beside Toby, partner with Toby till the end of the season. I do think Sánchez will come out form again, and I do think you're going to have to slot Dyer in there and that. But I think it's just a case of whoever's on form, whoever's keeping the clean sheets, whoever's confident, playing him beside Toby. I do think Sánchez still has a long way to go, to being honest. I don't think 3 games or 4 games where we've kept clean sheets and that, or 3 games where we kept clean sheets and then Palace. I still don't think it's good enough in terms of, let's praise him, let's tickle his balls, and that Sánchez is the new Maldini. But I get what you're saying. Like, look, for me, criticism where criticism is due, but also praise where praise is due. He stepped it up from the mistakes he was making and the embarrassment he was making of himself. Like, you know what I mean? Eating grass against City. You know what I mean? To have the arrogance to still come out, put your chest out loud and proud and come out and put in the performances he's done takes a hell of a lot to do. So big up in that regards, and I hope it does continue. Because at the end of the day, when I criticise players, like anyone else here, when we criticise players, it's ultimately because we want more out of them. And we want them to prove us wrong. That's the end goal out of it. But no, I do think Sánchez has a bit of work to do. And that's a great question, Si. Everyone else, get your comments in below and let us know what you think on the situation. But Sean, take it away, lad.
Yeah, look, I mean, when you look at what we've got to deal with after Toby, we only have Dyer and Sánchez. And if you think about who you'd like to have and stay between the two, because let's be realistic, you're not going to be able to get the 2 of them out and get in 2 more centre-backs. Like, we're just not going to spend the money. For me, I think that Dyer needs to go before Sánchez, and I'm with David 100% on this. He's stepped up his game big time now. He's shown that he can step it up. He does have some level of quality there about him, but as to how long we have until he's performing at a high level consistently is is something to be different on. And I don't know, for me, look, I personally would like to see him gone. I don't think we have the time for where we need to be with him. I just don't think he could get us there. Like Dave was saying about polishing a third, I think if you've got this golden god standing beside you, some of his golden rays is going to shine on that third, but he's still going to be a third sitting beside you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Love the analogy as well, Sean. Absolutely brilliant. But just before we get in and see what the Harris Army think, Tottenham teacher. I actually remember now. I think I did follow you back on Twitter. I'm 100% sure I did. But look, I will look. Leave it with me. I'll find you on Twitter. Put your Twitter name in the comment section, and I'll find you on Twitter, and we'll have a conversation. Big yourself up, man. You're a legend. Marcelo, big up Marcelo, by the way, listening in work. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Look, I really enjoyed watching you come home from work the other day. It was satisfying, to be honest with you, just to see a glimpse into the life of Marcelo. So big up Marcelo. We have Michael. He says, even for the recency bias, he needs to go. Davison is not good enough. Simon Cohen says the jury's out 50-50. Anthony Gonzalez, how are you all doing? Hope you're all good. Come on, you Spurs. I hope you're good. I hope you're having a smashing day. We have Jordan Stevens. He says jury's still out. He'll fall flat on his face for no reason against City. But I agree, he's been good, but need consistency from the guy. We have Island Life. He says we'll keep him, just need a leader next to him. So yeah, look, I think the majority is still, praise, credit where credit's due, but he still needs time. Big up Harry Hotspur. Here with the super chat. Big yourself up, absolute legend. There's no comment attached, but you don't need to put in another super chat, man. No need. Just put your comment in the comment section, and I'll get onto it and we'll discuss it. And everyone else, follow your lead. Very, very slow on the super chats today. Get your super chats in, get your questions in for the boys. We love interacting with you. Also, make sure you grab a membership. But look, great question, by the way, Si. I have to say, fair play to you. But moving on to left back side, Ben Davies or regular?
Regs, he's just come back from injury, David, and boy, have we missed him. Absolutely, we have missed him big time. Since he's come back in, he's made a massive difference down the left-hand side. But to me, tomorrow, if we're going to make a change, I'll keep Regs for the weekend, for Arsenal, because boy, we're going to need him against Arsenal. So I'll go with Davies. I'm not a massive fan of Davies. I don't really like him as a footballer. But to me, people call him Mr. Consistent.
Mr. 7 out of 10 every week, we were told.
That's
more like -10.
So, yeah, exactly. So, David, I'll go with Davies, mate, because I'm not chancing Regs for tomorrow, mate. I'll keep him for the North London derby.
Yeah, 100%. I fully agree with you. For me, it's Mr. Anonymous. As Jordan Stevens would say, Ben, where is he? Davies, don't know. Sean, I'm not going to speak too much on the guy because he really pisses me off. Sean, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's short and sweet with this one. Ben Davies, just to rest regular. Don't want to get involved too much with it. I'm a very passionate man. I'm going to just absolutely slate him if I go any further with it. So I'm just going to have to pull it there.
Yeah, we will. We'll leave it there. We don't want to hammer the guy. Well, we do because he deserves it. But look, but anyway, big up to Harry Hotspur 98. Absolutely love it with the donation. Thank you so much, man. It's a massive, massive help. So look, that brings me. By the way, the formation I'm going to put in is a 4-2-3-1. I think we look so much better since we changed that from a 4-3-3. So my two centre midfielders, I've already said this. I've already said the reasons why. I'll just go through it quickly again. The reason why I'm going to play these two guys is physicality. They're going to put a lot of guys in the middle, block up spaces. You need Sissoko and Endombala in there to basically just destroy them, savage them. These guys, they run through one player and they'll go straight on to the next. They don't stop. There's a reason why I dub him Musa Sissoko Train, because he's a fucking animal. He goes through one, he goes through two. He steams all the way through everybody. Endombala, then he can also do the same. You're going to see a lot of these checkered shirts absolutely bouncing off Ndombele, and he's great on the ball technically. He can get us up the field. So for me, because of physicality purposes, that's who I'm going to go with. We'll start with Sean this one. We'll mix it up a little. Big up Arthur Everett. Sorry. Big up Arthur Everett with the he's become a channel member.
Nice one.
Absolute legend. Thank you so much, Arthur. Really appreciate it. And then for everyone else who's jealous, do the same. Also, get your super chats in. Let's go, Sean.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Same. It has to be Sissoko and Dembele. I think Dembele is just as strong as Sissoko. I think he offers all the same with strength and power, and he has that delicacy about him as well. I think he's kind of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson mixed with a ballerina at sometimes. He just goes out there, he bullies, he twirls, he spanks, and he just gets the job done. So yeah, for me, it's the two boys, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And Si?
Yeah, definitely both of them guys. It's a good match. It's a good match. We've got Sissoko with his power. With his strength, and he'll walk and he'll work all day long for you. And we got Tanguy, where he'll carry the ball for you. He'll get the ball and he'll make things happen. So I think that's a good. I think that's a good match. I think tomorrow we're going to see Tanguy play a bit more further forward with Sissoko just sitting and protecting that back line, and let Tanguy do his work tomorrow. Because when Tanguy's in that form, mate, he's one of the best in the league at it. Seriously. But we haven't seen consistency with Tanguy, and it really gets to me, David, about Tanguy. He's got all that bad talent. It's his fitness, exactly, spot on. It's his fitness. It's up and down.
Just to talk on that, Simon. Just as well, like everyone here knows, right? Like, we've all gone through stages like where you put up weight, where you put down weight, but we all know when you're the fittest, you can do things that, like, you can't do when you're not fit. I'm perfect testament to that, honestly. I used to be an unbelievable baller. Like, I used to be like ballerina toes. But as I got older and started putting on weight, there's things I can't do that I used to do. You know what I mean? So, like, it has to take an effect on him at the elite level, even more so, I think. So, for me, I think that's why you thinking we're not getting the best out of him, I think that's why, sorry, continue on. I was just bragging on. Go on.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. I'm just really disappointed we haven't seen him consistency, and I think that's the key in our team. Through the whole team is consistency. We have one good game, and the next game we could be bad. And the next game it's consistency. And as I said, we can go back to the back line, guys, where we need to make two centre backs consistent playing week in, week out. And I think that's where Joe's has been chopping and changing, because he doesn't know his best too. I think that's the thing there. He doesn't know his best too.
On that side, he wasn't chopping and changing until Dyer started playing shit. So it's not like he just randomly started chopping and changing. I look, 100% agree. Like, we went through a period when things were going bad, but that was because no matter who we put in wasn't stepping up. Like, I get what you're saying, but it's not like Mourinho just decided to start chopping and changing. It was because, like, Dyer's performance was dropping off. Toby Alderweireld had a bit of a hamstring injury over the winter, so you know what I mean. So he couldn't really play him, and I think that's where that came from.
The players not being consistent enough, David. It's the players not being consistent enough, and that's the thing. We've got some players who just bang average, and that's seriously, we can go on another level on that. Do you know what I mean? But to me, it's consistency in this team, and I don't see enough of it with certain players, and Tanguy's one of them. He can have one absolutely belt of a game, and the next one he just looks like he just doesn't care in the world, just walks about and slopes about, and let's me, you just had a flipping cracking game last week. Why can't you do it this week? And that's the thing that really pisses me with Tanguy. But tomorrow, I was hoping he can have a great game.
No, 100%. So. Do you know what? My dad actually shares similar views to you on Tanguy, and he gets hammered for it. You know what I mean? But I do agree with you. 100% I do. Sean, what do you make on Tanguy?
Yeah, look, I mean, he has been hit and miss. I know they say about form and about class. You know what they say, like, form is temporary but class is permanent. So look, he has been inconsistent, yes, but I am thankful that he is not as inconsistent as Bergwijn. because Bergwijn has just been
Yeah,
such a flop,
absolutely.
you know. And you know, at least in Dembele, he's been out there. He has been trying. You know, everybody has their bad days at the office. Same thing. You go into work, you have a bad day in work. It's bound to happen at some stage. You can't go out and play your absolute best all the time, because you know it's actually physically impossible to do. But I know consistency is a real issue. But I do know he has. I wouldn't say he's been majorly inconsistent, but you know, you'd worry about that when it comes to big games, when you do need him there to be shown to do what he is capable of doing. You're going to want him there to do that job.
Yeah, no, 100%, I agree with you. We have Shamu. He says, "Soul Train is an expressions thing, lad." No, I actually purposely made sure that this was a nickname no one gave him. I started calling him the Soul Train when I seen him steaming into the box getting bullet headers. So Moose's Soul Train is my one, and no one is taking that away from me. I was proud of it. We have Harry Hotspur, 98. Big up Harry Hotspur with another super chat. You're a legend, man.
Man.
We go again. This is for the yids all over the world. Keep up the good work, lads. We are super Tottenham from the lane. Smash these Guna mugs on Sunday. 100%. Absolutely love it, lad. Absolutely love that comment. Stop. You're going to get me wound up and you're going to send me on a tangent, so you are. You know, but look, honestly, I really do appreciate it, man. Absolute legend with the super chat again. That's brilliant. And of course, I agree with you. We are fucking Tottenham Hotspur from the lane. We have that scum coming up, and I want to smash them. I want to smash them so bad. I actually genuinely think we're going to go there and we're going to do them big. I think their inexperience is going to show. That's just my feeling. But absolutely love that, Harry Hotspur. You'd get anybody up for a match. It's 5 days out, and you still got me up. Big up with that comment, man. That's the sort of comments we're talking about. Big up, Sarah.
Comment of the week. Comment of the week.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm going to give that. Yeah, so it's comment of the day. I always give comment of the day. So it's comment of the day. Big yourself up. Absolutely love it. David, I don't have the availability to get membership. Don't know. Is it because I use my mobile? Can you play Sleep? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, because when I went onto my mobile, it's there. But when my missus went on her mobile, it wasn't there. So I don't actually know what's going on. But yeah, no, sure. As soon as this is finished, I'll put it in the description of the video underneath, and then you can click on it there. Big yourself up, Kevy. So look, that's the centre midfielders. Going into the centre attacking midfield, look, I do think it's going to be Dele Alli. I think he's shooing to play. I think he deserves to play. I think anytime he's played well. And for me, I can actually now put trust in him going out there, knowing that he's going to put in a performance and take the game to them, be on the front foot. And his snappy and snarless, as the way he is with his personality, like the way he gets taken, that's going to be crucial going into a game like this tomorrow. What would you say, Si? Who would you play there?
Oh, I'm a massive Dele fan. I'm a fucking massive Dele fan, mate. I backed him all the way, and I'm glad he didn't go to PSG in January, because this guy is an unbelievable footballer. I don't care what anyone says. He's got a massive ego. Yes, he's got an ego problem. He's had a falling out with Jose. But people's got to forget, when Jose did first come in, he was one of the first men he went to and said, "Listen, you're one of my main men." Yeah. So he did start against West Ham, and he had an absolute blinder. And I think he had about 6 games under Jose for the first 6 games, and he was absolutely playing fantastic. I think the falling out when he questioned Jose and his tactics, the way he was playing, it kicked off and all that. I think that's the falling out, and I think that's the time where Jose just put him to the side. To me, you don't lose your quality overnight. Seriously, it doesn't come a bad play overnight. Dele, we know what a great footballer Dele Alli is. But to me personally, we've just got to give him time, David. Seriously, we've got to be patient with him again. And I think he deserves time now. I think even if he wants to go at the end of the season, let's put that to a side, David. Let's put that to a side. Let's carry on playing for Tottenham. Put that shirt back on and go out there and just give you all. And I think if you trust Dele Alli, I think we have seen glimpses, mate, where he's smiling again. He's doing that little funny things like that again. We've seen the likes of Dele Alli's coming back, the happy Dele Alli. And if we get the happy Dele Alli back, I think we still got a special player in Dele Alli. I don't care what anyone says. Dele Alli is a big game player, and he loves a goal against Arsenal as well. So to me, it starts this week. It starts tomorrow, and I'll tell you now, if he has a good game tomorrow, I'll question he may start against Arsenal. I don't know, but to me, starts tomorrow for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. No, look, I've always said if Dele Alli can turn it around and shows he's committed and can start putting in a string of good performances, I'm 100% willing to keep Dele Alli and let him work it out, let him work through his issues. I've always maintained that. Like where I stood is, and I don't know why, I just got that feeling at the start of the season. But I actually said at the start of the season, in an unpopular opinion to Tottenham TV, that if Dele Alli doesn't have a good campaign this year, we need to get rid of him. And at the time, I was slated. But, over the course of the season, people agree with me. But, I only want him gone if he's not going to perform. I only want players that are here that are going to perform. So now that he's come back and he's proven that he can do it, well, I'm all for him staying. Sean Mitchell, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I think from watching the documentary and all at the start, it showed that he was a lazy trainer. You know what Jose is like, his mentality. You have to be given it. You have to be switched on. You have to be focused all the time. Otherwise, he's not going to play it. He did get away with that, I think, underneath Poch. He was kind of like almost assured he was going to start, and other than being injured. So I think it was a bit of a shock for him. His ego would have been bigged up from Poch and been basically given a free roam as to what he wanted to do. So when Jose came in, I think it was a bit of a slap in the teeth for him, and he kind of got a bit of a shock, and then the ego was dented and he ended up just sliding down a bit of a slippery slope. I think it's good. We've seen a lot from him, a lot of potential again, back to good. I think the spark is coming back in him, and I think that it's dangerous to have him like that because he's just going to be lethal when it comes to it. He does. Man, I remember watching him chip the fucking keeper against Arsenal, and you're like, the absolute audacity and cheek that you have to do that in a North London derby, and just make a holy show of them. Sorry, this is training ground stuff, it's that type of stuff. That's what makes a brilliant player just great. It makes him a special, unique player, and he has that. He has the flair. He can switch it on when he wants, and I think he will start. I think he needs a bit of a run of form as well. And to be honest with you, Simon, I agree with you. I think he could feature against Arsenal. I think he might actually even start. Depends, on what sort of formation. If we're going to stick with the one that we're at now, but I think that it would be a good option to have because he loves a big game, big goals, big games. That's what he does.
Yeah. No, look, for me, I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon to call him for starting against Arsenal. I genuinely don't think he will start against Arsenal. I think, Lucas Moura deserves to play. Let's not forget, Lucas Moura has played very well over the last few weeks. The intensity he adds to that press, and you can see it. Because the game that Dele Alli played against Fulham, the press was non-existent, especially the second half. But when you take the games against Burnley and Crystal Palace, where we slapped them, both games Lucas Moura played with them. And he got up and he got the press. He got the press on with Harry Kane. So what happens with Dele Alli is, when Harry Kane pressed, because Dele Alli, he doesn't really have commitment to the press, to be honest with you. They just pass it to the next centre-back, to the next player available, and then it's easy to get out. Whereas with Lucas Moura, he's very clever. He's close enough to the player, but he's far enough away that he always gives him that option. Give it to him. As soon as that ball comes across, Lucas Moura is on him. He snaps at him. And you've seen that against Palace. He got the reward. So for me, I stick with the same. I think you play Lucas against Arsenal. I think he's going to absolutely terrorise David Bobo, the fucking clown Luiz, 100%. You know what I mean? So for me, it's absolutely perfect that he plays there because David Luiz, he wants time on the ball. He likes to play football. So does Leno. So for me, you just tell Lucas Moura, you say, right, you're playing, wind him up, send him out like a Duracell battery, and just get him to run around that back four and just cause pure upheaval. On Dele Alli as well. Sorry, back to Dele Alli. I've always said, with the type of personality he had and the type of way he plays when he was playing his best football, and the way Mourinho is, if they got that sorted, that would be fire. That would be a special partnership. Yeah. Genuinely, I do think so. Dele Alli would be the mirror of Jose Mourinho on the pitch. He would, 100%. Both fiery characters, both love winning, both hate when things aren't going right. It'd be perfect. But look, we're going to move on to the left-hand side. Who would you play on the left, Simon?
Bergwijn. The reason being I'll go with Bergwijn. I've been calling for Bergwijn to play on the left for a couple of games now when he gets his time. Because at PSV, he did play on the left and he cuts in on his right and cuts on his stronger foot. And apparently that's where he played at PSV and that's where he got the best. They got the best out of Bergwijn playing on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side.
He's a lot more comfortable. You've even seen it a couple of games this season when he has played the left. He is more comfortable on the left.
Yes, he is. Because that's where he used to play at PSV. That was his position, cutting on his favourite foot. Because Bale is the same as well, isn't it? Because he plays on the right, cuts in on his left. So with Son needs rest. He just looks tired. He looks a tired boy. Looks like he's played too many games. I don't think it's all tight-see. I think there's something going on with Son at the minute, with contract as well. So it's something definitely going with Son at the minute. But I think it's more tight-see. He looks tired, guys. He looks played too much games. But he gets on with it. That's what I like about Son. He plays with that smile still. He gets on with it. But to me, we're not get him nowhere near that team tomorrow. Get him rested. Get him ready for this Arsenal game. And me, put Bergwijn on the left tomorrow.
Yeah, no, look, 100% I agree with you, Sean.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with every single word you just said, Simon, completely. I think he needs the rest, 100%.
You don't have to agree with him now, Sean. You know that. You can have difference of opinion, lad.
Oh, don't you worry, Dave.
Let's fire up, lad. Fire him up.
If I have a difference of opinion, I will let him know. I'll let him know. Don't you worry. But no, look here. To be fair, I think Son has played like every single game so far this season. And like, what were we saying? How many games are we at now that we've played? Like a ridiculous amount. I think
we're at 43, 44 games now, I think, this season already.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Strikes again. 2.0.
Like, yeah, that's a savage amount of games to have played already. You know, it's wicked amount, and the body will tire. And you know what he's like? Did you watch the sensational documentary on Prime? You see what he does, man.
That's like
you see what he does. The boys go home from training, he goes off, he trains again. So he's not resting as much as what they are, and yet he's still featuring in every single game. Yeah. So he has to be getting worn out now at this stage. I think he definitely needs a 90 minutes rest. Definitely.
Look, I think with Son, you know, he's been a great player for Tottenham. Don't get me wrong, you know, but we've always, you know, he's always been the one, especially in that front three when everyone's fit and firing, that has looked more jaded than anyone else. That's my opinion on it. But with Son, I actually don't think he's played bad over the last few weeks. I can get what you're saying 100%, guys. I do think he looks a bit sheepish in colour. I do think he looks a bit worn out, a small bit tired. But I don't think he's played as bad as everyone else has made him out to play over the last while. And I'm not saying you, Simon, but there's a lot of people I hear talking about Son this, Son that. At the end of the day, if you're not scoring goals, he's still assisting goals and contributing in the moves. And he's still getting assists. So for me, like we've always said, if he's not scoring and Kane's not scoring, who steps up? But the fact he's not scoring and Bale is stepping up, it's what we all wanted. So let's not just like, well, and believe me, boys, this is not directed at you. This is directed at other people that have heard talk about Son, saying that he's been bad. Not, you know, stop getting on his case. Stop getting on his case. You know, the guy's tired, but at the end of the day, he's still that committed. He's still getting assists in. He's still playing his part. You know, sometimes it just doesn't happen for you in front of goal. You have a bad spell in front of goal. It happens. I just want to take this comment from Harry Hotspur 98. He says, I think Lamela needs to play on Sunday. I know it's questionable, but he put 110% into every game. He loves this club, even though he's not the best of footballers, but his passion is quality. No, look, I can see where you're coming from, sending him out there passion-wise. But honestly, whoever goes out there Sunday, I don't think they need the likes of a Lamela to get them up for the game. If they're not up for that game, well then, you know, I'd hate to be their missus, honestly. If you cannot get up for Arsenal, I'd hate to be their missus because they definitely won't get up for them. You know what I mean? But Harry Hotspur, thanks for the comment, man. Really do appreciate it. We have a super chat here to get to as well. Better not miss that because I think it's Mr. Kev Williams. He'd be very upset if we did. 1 second, guys. We're nearly there. Here we are. Big up, Kev. I knew it was you, lad. I think I'd like to see Lamela Stephen Bergwijn isn't cutting in. For me, I was going to put Lamela on my right hand side. So I am putting Lamela in the team, Kev. But big up, Kev. Really do appreciate the super chat. Like I said, you're a general of the Harris Army. Unfortunately, unless you give me something more, I can't give you a comment of the day. That still belongs to Harry Hotspur. But you know what I mean? Come back in and try and take the comment of the day off him, because you've already won a few. You want to keep your streak going. Big up for the super chat, Kev. So that brings me over to the right-hand side, lads. For me, I put Lamela in there. I think, you know, he deserves to start. I think what he's showing off the bench and that, I think he deserves to play. And look, Lamela's played well for us in the Europa League. Let's get that straight. So for me, I play Lamela on the right. We'll go to you this time, Sean. Who are you playing on the right-hand side, lad?
Yeah, look, I don't really think we have much more options really as to who can perform in big games. Me personally, I had this sort of agreement and chat with Will there last week just about Lamela. I think he's more. I was
going to say, I thought there was another Spurs fan surrounding you, lad. I thought you were cheating on me.
Oh, never, lad. You know me. Yeah, no, look, I think Lamela for me is more of a critical impact sub. He can change everything, the way the game's going, the whole lot. So, but look here, I mean, he has to start, really. He's been showing the heart. He's been producing. He's been out there. You know how I feel about Lamela. So I think for me, I see him in the starting lineup for tomorrow. Yeah,
100% inside.
Yeah, Sean's correct there. We haven't got much options now, have we? Because we want. I will not put Bale on this team either. I want Bale be rested, not even on a bench tomorrow.
I'll go and massage his legs if he needs it. You know what I mean?
You and me both, man.
We can either put Lucas on the right as well, but there's another one I'd like to see against Arsenal as well. It depends how.
For me, that's why I'm not playing Lucas, because I want him rested.
Yeah, because just going back on quickly, David, on Lucas and who's going to play that against Arsenal, Lucas or Dele. Bobby come out with a good thing the other day. You can have Dele Alli there because he arrives late, in good positions, scores goals. But with having Moura there, he presses with pace. I mean, he gets the ball when he darts at defence. I think if you do that against Arsenal defence, they will crumble. They will crumble.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I think possibly it's where Lucas probably got the upper hand going into that London derby. Just that. So I think Eric Lalema, I'm not a massive fan. I really don't know what he's done for Tottenham since he's been here. Apart from that Rabona goal, he's been living off that for so many years with his injuries. To me, I don't know what he brings to Tottenham. I don't know what people see in him. He runs around, gets in people's faces and things like that, but he gets paid to create goals and score goals. And what he's got 16 goals in 8 years. That's an absolutely diabolical. So to me, he's the only option tomorrow for me. But if we had another option, it wouldn't be Eric. But yeah, I'll put Lamela.
Yeah, no, 100% for me. Look, I think he deserves it. Look, you know, come the summer, you know, for me, he's one of the first ones gone. Like, I don't want to be giving him a testimonial for being injured. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we do need these players at the end of the season. So, but for me, he deserves it, and that's only because I'm resting Lucas Moura for Arsenal. Harry Hotspur 98, he says, have to get back to work, lads. Working nights as a manager in Dunnes Stores. We'll catch you tomorrow for the stream, lads. Come on, you Spurs. I do my shopping in Dunnes Stores, so big yourself up, lad. Let me know what Dunnes Stores you're working, whereabouts. And look, you know, manager position, what more do you want? You shouldn't have to go back to work. You should be in the office, feet up, smoking a cigar, telling your little minions what to do. That's what should be happening. Let's stamp some order in there now, Harry Hotspur. Let's stamp some order in there. But look, and then that brings me on to the last position, and then we'll get some score predictions, and then we'll end off. So if you have any questions you want answered before we end off, make sure to get your super chats in, and we'll answer them before we go, because we're going to go for about another 5 minutes. Up front, then, for me, look, I think you play Vinicius. I think, you know, he hasn't really put his foot too far on. He scored the goals. When it matters, he scored a lot of goals in the Europa League, which is brilliant for us. So for me, I trust him, and you just put Harry Kane on the bench if you need him. But for me, I play Vinicius up top. I seen someone put in a comment earlier on, and just want to answer that as well. Would I get him in the summer? Look, for me, he's not worth the money they want, the 45 million they want. For me, I think it's if you could get him for 15 million, by all means, bring him in. He'd be handy to have, but I wouldn't be paying any more from that. There's other options you can go and get, like Ivan Toney from Brentford. There's a lot of other players out there. I think that ultimately will give you more than what Vinicius is giving you. People are saying, but there's only so much you can do when he gets doesn't make appearances off the bench. But I've flipped that argument. He should be given so much more because he's had time to watch what Harry Kane does. So he's had all that time to watch it. He should be knowing what he needs to do to be able to get into a game and to help Tottenham get up the field and create the chances. But anyway, I play Vinicius. Si, we'll go to you first.
Yeah, going on with Carlos there, David. That price, 45 million, that will definitely be we can negotiate that down. Seriously, you know what Daniel Levy's like. Yeah. He'll get that down to 20 million, something like that. It wouldn't. But I wouldn't
even pay 20 million though for him, Si. No, being honest, I want him for about 15 million or 10.
You know what, David?
Mary McGinn, sorry, it's on BT Sport.
What's that, pal? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just telling Mary what channel the game's on.
All right, yeah. Yes, I'm saying with Carlos, it frustrates me, mate, because I think there is a good player in him, David. There is a good player in him. Is it not getting enough starts, or he's not working hard enough? But in the Europa League, he's smashing it for us, especially in the cup games. He's smashing it for us. He's stepping up to the plate. He's scoring goals. But we had this debate the other night, the rebuild debate we had on my channel the other night, and the two players I come up with, if we're not going to pay up for Carlos Vinicius, will be Ivan Toney from Brentford, because I think he's fantastic. And it'll be Isaac as well from Sociedad.
Yes,
the young 24-year-old. He's a fantastic striker.
He is actually. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, what we got to be careful of, David, is who's going to come and play second fiddle to Harry Kane, and that's the problem we've got. With this club.
I fully get that argument. I fully get it, but at the same time, you're telling me Ivan Toney wouldn't come to Tottenham. You're telling me at the time when Callum Wilson was at Bournemouth.
Players like that will definitely come.
But even the likes of Callum Wilson, who was at Bournemouth, scoring for Newcastle, he would have came to Tottenham. You know what I mean? This whole thing. Look, it was only Morata. It was only Morata that turned around and said, "Oh, I don't want to come play second string to fiddle to Harry Kane." That's Morata. He didn't even hang around at Chelsea when he was there because he couldn't get games. He's just not that sort of player. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't want someone with that temperament in my squad either. So I do think we've based the whole myth based on what one player said. There's definitely players in there that would fancy the challenge. There's definitely players out there that would dream to end up at a big club like Tottenham. I think there's more made of this who's going to come than what there needs to be. Because I'm not being funny. You see all the best clubs around the world signing a quality world-class striker and having a quality backup striker. They have no problem getting in strikers, but because we're Tottenham, we do.
Yeah, I totally agree. David, I think we missed a trick in Ollie Watkins as the player.
Yes, 100%, I agree.
Seriously, I'm telling you now. People
actually wanted to come to Tottenham. You know that?
What's that, David? Sorry?
He actually wanted to come to Tottenham. We just wouldn't pay the money. Mate.
I watched him a lot for Brentford, seriously, and he was sensational at Brentford, seriously. Yeah. And I could not believe, seriously, and we don't. This is the thing with clubs like Tottenham and in the Premier League. Not only Tottenham, we think, it's only a Championship, right? It's fucking crap in that league. Don't we? We'll go for these other leagues abroad. People don't know how much talent is in that Championship, and that's the thing. I think it's our recruitment. A shit. That's what it comes down to. Our recruitment. Yes, you're
after jogging something in my mind there, Simon. Just before I get it, I was actually listening to an interview with Troy Deeney done a while back. Now it was before, and it was a couple of months ago. But right, do you know that he actually said he was actually due to join Tottenham, but someone sanctioned Vinicius ahead of Deeney. Now. We put the feelers out for Deeney. As far as I'm aware, the price was in place. Deeney wanted to come. And he was told basically, if we don't find anyone, you're first one in the door. Now, this whole thing about people saying someone doesn't want to come as backup. Troy Deeney actually sat on that interview and said he wanted to come to Tottenham at the time. He was jumping at the chance to come. Yeah. So, there are strikers out there that will come to Tottenham. And Troy Deeney, I put his name about before. Obviously now I think he's a bit too old, but he would have been fucking perfect. Perfect.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Perfect. He fits the Premier League like a glove. But that's genuinely true, and I'm not messing. He actually said in an interview he was all set to come to Tottenham. But then all of a sudden they brought in Vinicius. Now, again, who the fuck is doing that recruitment? Why are you bringing in Vinicius, not bringing in Troy Deeney, who has form in the Premier League?
There you go. It's come to
I'm not even messing when I say that, Si. That's true. I only heard it. I was only listening to it the other night, actually.
Yeah. Because you can just go back to this Skriniar deal when he was in Milan. Where we saw Hitchin, He was in.
I think he went over for Fashion Week, lad. To be honest,
I just couldn't believe. And Dele Alli's probably got a phone call saying, right, they want 45 million. He said, no way, give him 30. And he's probably going cheap again, and that's the problem with this football club. You know what I mean? It'll never change. Absolutely never change.
Well, I just wanted to get that one out there actually about Troy Deeney because this people under the illusion that strikers didn't want to come. Troy Deeney from his own mouth said, was all done, I was ready to go, and all of a sudden they brought in Vinicius. So, it comes down to recruitment again. Why are we loaning in Vinicius when we could have bought Troy Deeney and had him there for 2 seasons instead of loaning in Vinicius and then trying to sort something else out in the summer? This is what I'm talking about this board. This is what pisses me off. And this is why I do say to people, this whole thing that, who's going to come? Trust me, if you're a striker and you have anything about you and fancy yourself, you're going to come to Tottenham. It's that simple. You're going to you're going to want to challenge Kane. You're going to want to be around players like him every day. You're telling me there's players that wouldn't even come from, middle teams in Spain and Germany that would love to come in and play with top class players like we have at Tottenham. Of course they would. See, the problem is these journalists that puts out this narrative as well. You know what I mean? I can see right through them. To put out this narrative, but when you actually go and listen to all these interviews that these professional players do, I listen to a lot to talk about Tottenham. You know what I mean? So you'd be very surprised on some of the stuff we've missed out on over the years. But anyway, Sean, back to the striker. Who will you play up front tomorrow?
Yeah, Vinicius for me, lads. I think he has to feature. He's been banging in the goals. He's always good for a goal. He's sniffing around. He looks dangerous. I think he definitely could have 2 tomorrow. I think I'm going to peg him down for 2 tomorrow for me anyway, 100%. He's just... The man, you can see why we loaned him in. You can see why we loaned him in. Like, again, like you're saying, lads, everything comes down to the books. Is he going to spend the money? No, he's not. He's not going to spend the money. Never fucking will spend the money either. I had a bit of a conversation with you, Dave, the other day about how he's so fucking tight. You can hear him squeaking when he's walking. The cunt, like, just spend the money, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not that hard. He's looking at these players like they're investments. That's what he's looking at. He's not looking at it as a football club. It's a business, and it's an absolute joke.
100%, 100%, lad. I fully agree with you. And I just want to say, Paul Brown with the super chat here. Come on, you Spurs. Words, comments not needed.
There you go, Paul.
I get
Big
you,
up, man.
I feel you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You have no idea how much it helps. But look, lads, I'm going to take 1 or 2 more comments, get the score predictions, and then we're bouncing out of here. If you've really enjoyed the stream, please make sure you get in a couple of super chats. It really helps taking this to the very, very top. But big up, Paul Brown. You're a hero. Really appreciate it. The Sussex Hotspur, the other half of Premier Hotspur TV, the other half of Simon. Matt, I really like his points. He's a bit quieter than you, Si, but when he speaks, he speaks sense. You know what I mean? So he's absolutely brilliant. He says, great video, getting me ready for tomorrow's game. Big up, David. Smash a like and subscribe. Big yourself up as well, man. You're doing great work with Simon. Absolutely love it.
Man.
But look, lads, I'm going to get a score prediction from you. So we're going to start with, we'll go to Sean first. Sean.
Yeah, look, I'm here. Look, boys, to be fair, I know they have a good defensive record, but I don't really think it's going to be and it's going to match us. I think we're going to show exactly what we're made of out here. I can see us getting this game done and dusted with nice and early. I can still see us conceding 1 sloppy little goal, so I'm going to go 5-1 for me for Spurs.
Go on. Yeah, you're going big, lad. I absolutely love the confidence.
Balls deep, lad. You know me. Balls deep all the way.
Sure, why not, lad? Why not? 100%. Simon, what are you going with, brother?
4-1.
4-1. You're going big as well. Look, I admire it. For me, I'm going to stick with my score prediction. I'm going to go 3-1. I do think we're going to do it easy. And I think, we can take it to the away leg, and I think we'll beat them. Easy peasy. Just a couple of comments here. We have Victor HM. He says, Matty's guest was saying that Zagreb is basically prime Bayern Munich. Yeah, look, there's people out there that, say that. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you now, I'm going to be proven right by the time the second leg is done. People are going to come to me and say, Dave, please let me in this elusive club again. You know what I mean? You got it right again. I jumped off the train when I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? I didn't buy a ticket, so I had to jump off when the ticket inspector came. But now I want on. Everyone's going to be sitting here after last 16 going, I knew we could do it. I knew we could do it. Well, show that confidence before the game. Show that confidence on social media. You think these players, managers don't look at it? Bullshit. Of course they do. So show that confidence. Show it. That's what I say to everybody. We have John Fitzpatrick. He says, where can I find the memberships, bro? Look, go onto my page. Besides subscribe, there should be a button that says join. Smash that button. That'll bring you into the memberships, man. Well, I hope it does anyway. We have Mr. K. Come on, you Spurs. Massive member of the Harris Army. This guy follows me around everywhere. Make sure everyone knows who I am. He's being loud and proud. True ambassador. Absolutely love it. We have Simon Cohen. He says it's been a super show. Well, Super Si, thank you. Shepherd, 6-1. He says, we'll run right at 4 goals first half. I absolutely love it, man.
4 goals first half. Go on.
Yeah, we have Victor HM. Nagel's bum. He's being exposed. Call me the prophet. I fucking told you. I told you. I keep telling people about these things. People want an agenda to get rid of the greatest manager of all time and want to bring in fucking Nagel's bum. There's a reason why he got knocked out tonight. Well, this guy was supposed to be the saviour. Come in and save our defence without any money. I keep telling people about these guys. Stop listening to people when they give me the likes of Rodgers, who got knocked out of Europe before we did. Don't give me these names of Nagelsmann, who fucking comes runner-up in they were top of the league last year, bottled it, knocked out of the Champions League. I don't want to be hearing names like these. The only reason why people want Nagelsmann is because he's young and he wears tight pants. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? I'm sick of having these names banded around. At the end of the day, it's all about Jose Mourinho. In Jose we trust. So I don't want to see any more Nagelsmann or Rodgers in the comments until we're talking about them. It's about Mourinho, their main guy, their born serial winner, born and bred to win trophies, has a 100% record on the Europa League. Why would you want to sack him before he's even had a chance to finish what he's supposed to do? That's like, basically saying finish your dinner, but then your man takes the plate straight from underneath you and scrapes it in the bin and says you didn't finish your dinner. Well, how am I supposed to when you took the plate? You know what I mean? Come on, let's get real here. No more of this Nagelsmann or Nagelsbum or whatever you want to call him, Brendan Rodgers or whatever. I'm sick of him. Dan Henry says 3-1 Spurs, praise from Vinny and go from end on baller. Huge love from Chicago, David. Yeah, look, you're going the same as me. What I would suggest now, I was right for the Burnley game or for the Palace game. I was right for the Burnley game with my score predictions. So what I say to you is maybe if you have another sneaky fiver knocking around, throw it on it. You might just win a bit of money. But if you lose, I didn't tell you to do it. That's the way I rock. Chicago, man, absolutely massive. When I started this thing, I didn't expect people to sit here and listen to me shite on and everything else. I really do mean it. To reach people as far as Chicago, people Australia, Africa, Korea, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. Even the likes of Sai would never have met Sai until this. The likes of Marcelo, Matty Hayes even. Marcelo there again. He's saying hello, Sue. He's getting his groove on. Big up, Marcelo. Nagelsmann, German Tony Pulis. Look, you said it, not me.
Tony Pulis.
But no, look, guys. Have you anything else you want to say before we stop saying the N-word? Oh, Nagelsmann. Yeah, you got me scared there. Timo Felix Hampson. I thought there was a little something going on in the chat there. Don't be doing that to me, man. You nearly gave me a heart attack. But lads, before we go, if there's anything you want to talk about or you want to say before we sign off.
I just want to say, guys, to everyone, listen, back Jose, back the team. Listen, we're in the Carabao Cup final, guys. We're in the last 16 of the Europa League. We're literally 6 points. It's 6 points with a game in hand on top 4. This season can be grabbed by the neck and salvaged. And I think I'm going to predict it, David. I think we will get top 4. Well,
come on, Si. You're on my train. Do you know what? You don't have to pay the admission, lad. You're on for free. Come on.
But seriously, we're on this form at the minute in the league, mate, and I really do think if we can keep the Fab 3 at the minute firing at all cylinders, I think we can get that top 4. And I think we will beat City in that final, seriously. Because it's a one-off game, guys. Everyone's saying, oh, you'll get smashed against City. It's a one-off game. And Jose loves the final. You know,
we've already bet them 2-0 this season. I don't understand why so many people are afraid of them. We already bet them this season. You know what I mean?
And if you look into the Europa League, guys, I just think I don't think we should be scared of no one. We shouldn't.
Come on, son, you're first class on the train now, lad. That's what I want to hear. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. You're in the first class now.
But seriously, we should be going against these lot tomorrow, and literally don't care who we're going to get in the last 8. Seriously, because we are good enough, guys. We literally, this team is not done. Seriously.
You tell him, Si. Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely brilliant. Sean Mitchell, go ahead, man. I know you're itching to come in.
Absolutely, but here it's hard to top that. You know, I completely agree with Si. 100%. Gonna go out all guns blazing tomorrow. You want to get the motivation going. You want to get the boys riled up. You want to give all guns blazing into this North London derby, and we're gonna absolutely smash those boys. I want David Luiz waking up with fucking nightmares at Lucas Moura running around in his head. He's gonna picture him. He's gonna see him standing over him in his bed at night time. He's gonna be having the sweats. He won't know what way to go. After the match, he's still gonna be looking for him. He's not gonna know what he's at. It's going to be absolutely terrifying. So the man's going to have to go to counselling and everything after it. I can't wait, boys. We are going to absolutely smash tomorrow, and we're going to smash those fucking scum boys on Sunday. So yeah, going to rip them on the
absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Look, you know, I wouldn't say Lucas Moore be running around this area. I'd say it'd be more skating around it with all them curls, lad. You get some good height doing some ollies and all on that, lad. But we have Marcelo here. He says 2-0 Spurs. I think Dynamo are going to come sharp, and we're going to be a bit tired. But get it done. Jeez, Marcelo, lad, that's not like you to have. Where's the confidence gone, lad? Come on, Marcelo. But no, look, I'll accept it. I agree with you. Look, they are going to turn up, but you know, we're Tottenham Hotspur at the end of the day. We have Mary McGee. She says, "Lol, David, I love you, man. Great chat. I love you too. I love everyone in the Harris Army." I have a comment here. I actually want to get to Mr. K. Poch has done that. Build the club to near top level. It's time for Jose's style coach to perfect us. Fly that spine we don't through the spine, or fix that spine we don't have that keeps letting down on our hard-working players. 100%. Couldn't agree more with you, Mr. K. Absolutely love it. Let's say goodbye to a few people. Lily White Lane, he says, in Josie we trust. Come on, you Spurs. He knows what the story is. Simon Cohen saying it's chocolate time. 100%, I agree. We have Victor HM. He says that's the spirit. The mindset starts with the fan base. You know what it is, lad. I'm telling you, lad. What's fan base? We need to have a better mentality. Shepherd, he says, come on, you Spurs. He also says like and subscribe. 100%, absolutely love it. Lily White Lane's going bold. He's going 9-1. And then we have Mr. Edwardson. Why do Arsenal fans whistle on the toilet? So they know which end to wipe. Absolutely love it. But look, you know, we're going to end on that one, lad. Absolutely love it, Mr. Edwardson. Wow. I'd love to give you a comment of the day, but that's only for super chatters. But the people that can't do super chats, you can have that comment of the day. Absolutely love it. Absolutely. We have Dtrex Kane. He says Premier Hotspur TV. Players in Milinkovic, Sabitzer, Aarons and Botman. What would you say, it's like?
Players in Milinkovic, Sabitzer, Aarons. Yeah, absolutely. Botman's Matt's got me on this one. I've watched some videos of this guy. I said I've never watched. I ain't watched this guy before. But he looks a good player. Botman absolutely does look a good player. And Sabitzer all day long for me. Seriously, in the summer. If we can't get Grealish will be my number one.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And then we have Victor HM. He says, hashtag Red Panty Week. Look, because the week that's in it, you know I'm all for a Red Panty night. You know that, lads. Everybody does. But because the week's that in it, fuck the red panties. Red makes me angry this week. Give your partner them sexy little cockerel undies you bought with the Tottenham crest all over it. That's what you want them in after Sunday night. You know what I mean? So absolutely love it. But no, look, red panty night can be tomorrow night, and then blue panty night is on Sunday night, or white panty night. We'll take either of them. But honestly, big yourselves up. Simon, you've been absolutely brilliant. Give your channel a plug before we knock off.
Oh, David, thanks very much, guys. Yes, guys, literally, you can follow me at Premier Hotspur TV on Insta, YouTube, and Twitter at Premier Hotspur TV, guys. I just want to say thanks for David for bringing me on. Absolutely a pleasure to be on. Absolutely. Been waiting my time, David. I've got it. But guys, literally, just get over to David. Absolutely, he's the real deal. I'm just a little fish in a big pond, David. I'm not big as you yet. I mean. So
no, so am I, lad. So am I, lad. I 100%. I'm a small fish with you, lad. They call me Finding Nemo.
You're growing. You're growing though. You're getting bigger, David. You know what I mean?
Someone's feeding me too much fish food, lad. No, but honestly, lads, what I say to everybody is get over and check out Premier Hotspur TV. He puts his everything into the channel. He brings great debates. You know what I mean? He says he's only doing it for a bit of fun. I like that. But I also like to help people get the support they deserve. So the Harris Army, get over there, smash a subscribe on it, go under his latest video, and just say the Harris Army sent you. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Thank you for your time, Simon. I agree with you. It's been long overdue. My head is like a sieve. Sean knows that. You know what I mean? But honestly, finally, it's been great to have you on. And we'll 100% get you on again. And we'll bring your sidekick with you this time, Matty. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Sean. Thanks very much for giving up your time. You know what I mean? Really appreciate it. I had work today. He ended up getting the kids to bed early and everything just to come on here. Really appreciate the effort, man. Again, a great appearance by you. You're definitely going to be on again. People love you. People love Si. The Harris Army, get your comments in. Show the lads your appreciation. And I want to say a big up thank you to the Harris Army for staying true for this long. I think it's been a good show. I've really enjoyed it. I hope it's got you pumped up for tomorrow's game. In Jose, we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on.